Crawl out through the fallout, baby, when they drop that bomb. Crawl out through the fallout with the greatest of aplomb. When your white count's getting higher, hurry, don't delay. I'll hold you close and kiss those radiation burns away. Crawl out through the fallout, baby, to my loving arms, through the rain of strontium 90. Think about your hero when you're at ground zero, and crawl out through the fallout back to me. Crawl out through the fallout, baby, you know what I mean. Crawl out through the fallout, 'cause they said this bomb was clean. If you cannot find the way, just listen for my song. I'll love you all your life, although that may not be too long. Crawl out through the fallout, baby, to my loving arms, while those ICBMs keep us free. When you hear me call out, baby, kick the wall out and crawl out through the fallout back to me. 'Cause you'll be the only girl in the world. Why don't you crawl out through the fallout back to me? Why don't you crawl out through the fallout back to me? Why don't you crawl out through the fallout back to me?
Cause I'm a wanderer, yeah, a wanderer. I roam around, 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 around. Oh well, I roam from town to town. I go through life without a care, and I'm as happy as a clown. I with my two fists divine, but I'm going nowhere. No, yeah, I'm the type of guy that likes to roam around. I'm never in one place.
I was gonna say, is it just me, or do I see a man in reverse right now?
Yeah, there might be a hardware problem. Hopefully not. We're gonna see what happens if you can get that thing.
The kid unplugged his wheel.
Oh, you're kidding?
Ah, that's the funniest thing ever.
It looks like. I don't think they got that memo.
Oh,
there it is. Okay, he's back. His wheel was literally unplugged on the line. That is just unfortunate.
Daddy, what does this do? That's funny.
Well, hopefully after that quick scolding of said child, he knows that is not the one you want to be pulling. Thank you. He's going to line it back up. Let's see if they can get away this time. Oh, absolutely they will. TSC Cookie in the lead with Jonesy Jones in chase. What does Cookie have to continue that TSC dominance, or is Jonesy Jones going to break it up early in 32? Oh, that's a really hard charge for Jonesy in chase. Cookie, really big angle in the lead, maybe a little bit wide from that inner zone, trying to get his best of that outer zone number 1 as well. Really running a line, but shallows out a little bit actually on exit as well. Jonesy Jones really trying to get aggressive where it counts throughout the remainder of this course. A little bit of slop here and there for both drivers, a potential tire drop as well. Man, that was a really, really rough battle in the going. Looks like Cookie running wide and Jonesy getting a little too aggressive in one, and that just really kind of set up the rest of that run to be just really sloppy and all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know about those cones too, on the exit of turn 2. Like, I saw it. I don't know if it saw it on
Yeah, I saw that as well. Yeah, you're gonna see it on the replay as well.
Yeah, just Jonesy charging really early. Good run from Cookie so far. Oh, there's definitely no cones on the replay.
No cones on the replay. My side, I definitely saw cones.
Yeah.
That was weird. Forza spectator strikes again.
Yeah. A lot of their jank came on turn 2.
Yeah, for sure. It happens. It is what it is. Just as a spectator client, I understand. Could you imagine the actual network strain it would put on if they had to send the cone packets to every single individual? It's understandable. They're trying to save bandwidth, which it's an unfortunate thing we deal with, but it's just it's for the betterment of the game. It allows us to even get close and hit on the doors like this. So the coding doing what it's supposed to do. Now Jonesy Jones in the lead. Here we go, Cookie and Chase, giving a little bit of a gap to Jonesy. Will Cookie be doing? Jonesy taking that really early line to the inside, much like Bucket was doing, or Bouquet was doing rather, but Jonesy getting really out there, maybe catching a small piece of that tire coming on the exit of the outer zone 1, running it a little too into the final corner, running it wide, a little bit of a bobble. Unfortunately, Jonesy just kind of tripping on his own feet going into that final corner, but other than that, a really spicy run, especially through that tire barrier section, really getting every single inch of the course. Wanted in chat, probably smiling right now.
Yeah, look, Ian, on my screen, it looked like he hit a cone rather than a tire, but
Jonesy is calling tires on track. Yeah, that would make sense. That definitely seemed to really affect his trajectory. Right where the tires would be, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, that was a great run from him up to that point.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's where his mistake came, because it looked like he still was okay coming into the last corner, and then just went so wide, unless it just...
Yeah, well, that could have just thrown off his line, and he maybe sent it in too deep, not expecting to take such a far left track. The tires definitely could have bounced him off to the left. You can see at that point, which the car kind of corrects to the right, then he corrects back to the left, picks up a ton of speed, and just barrels down into turn 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Looked like a late transition, too. Late transition, looked like he was a little bit too far on the inside as well. So if we just ignore that bobble in turn 2, which I was planning on doing anyway.
Yeah.
I still think the last corner was ripperoni pepperoni. Man, it would have been close if that wouldn't have happened.
Oh, for sure. The Cookie was just really not getting aggressive enough in the chase. You can see him really losing out in proximity, especially through the outer zone 1, that really big sweeping left-hander. It's just not there. And then, man, that tire, I don't know. It makes no sense for Jonesy to bobble like that where he did. That had to have been a tire on his end. I'm in agreement. Oh, judges are looking it over. They want to make sure this is absolutely correct. Is where his car is. I don't think he hit that tire barrier that was against the wall. I think it looks like he hit a tire before he would have gotten to where the tires usually sit. Like the tires got knocked down at some point in a previous battle or a car driving around or something, but weird.
And this is going to be absolutely a difficult call for these lads.
I can see potentially a rerun for run number 2.
Maybe. Honestly, I'd like to see chat's kind of way ahead of me here. I'd like to see an OMT, and not the best run from Cookie.
I think I was going OMT before that jank that happened in round 2. That was my mind at least.
That's, to me, that last corner is a huge deduction too. If he wouldn't have straightened out and just kept it wide, it would have been a little bit better. But like that's big for me. But I'm not a judge, so I'll just go.
But I'm not a rapper.
Don't I know it?
One could also argue like maybe that's going to be Cookie given the win. No rerun, no OMT going to be called. Cookie given the win. He'll be advancing to top 16, and he'll be taking down UDR Jonesy Jones as your first battle of lobby number 4. All right, next up, the man of the hour, TOS Nirvana, going up against UNK Qualified.
I gotta say something really quick. These guys really gonna start coordinating their names on their teams. We have 2 issues here. Number 1, there is a TSC Cookie, a TSC Dough, and in chat there's a Cookie Dough. Nice, good. There's also a UNK Qualified, which is not UNK Valiant, who used to be known as Qualified.
Exactly.
Guys,
well, hold on.
At the end of the day, they're still Smarmy Binky.
Hold on. Can I hit the brakes for a second? Let me pump the brakes real quick, not to make a reference to a specific show from Canada. Was it Anthem or was it Nirvana on 95% tire? I for the life of me can't remember. It was Nirvana, right? Okay, so I was correct.
Grab tires. Attaboy!
So
I give him props for owning it.
So hold on. It looks like the drivers are listening to me, and I think I was incorrect. Nah, they're gonna give it to him anyways. All right, so this is gonna be. This is going to be TS Nirvana leading versus UNK Qualified, new to UNK, and Chase versus Nirvana in the lead. The new tires doing big things. Nirvana in the lead, running wide as Qualified. Unfortunately, Nirvana really fast through this section of the course as well. Big angle in the lead, has to really check it up, and that was a giant mistake. Unfortunate for Nirvana, really just started to check out and then had to over angle to slow it on down without using the brakes, and Qualified going to take that opportunity to close back in on the proximity. I just saw the message on the back of Nirvana's car.
Yeah, me and Cisco noticed it. I got kicked from the game, so you guys are good, right?
No, we're good. So okay. Yeah, just as stated, it looks like Nirvana was just really starting to check out there, running it kind of shallow on the angle when they realized, this is way too fast. Had to shallow it out or had to over angle rather to slow it on down, and he does a good job to bring it down, but he really misses out on that outer zone. Unfortunately, that's going to allow Qualified to make up for that proximity right in the middle of the run. So what could have been a lot more Nirvana favored is going to turn around and give Qualified the opportunity to be back in this picture, at least after what should have been a very detrimental mistake by running it wide in Chase going into turn 1. Yeah, a track like this, when it's so fast, so sweepy, not a whole lot of decel zones, it is so difficult to make up proximity. So Qualified will be a little bit of a gift, as he will now swap it back around and take the lead over TUS Nirvana. Here's the initiation. Qualified catches the dirt. Unfortunately, on the initiation, you saw that car just shoot out that left rear, catching the dirt on initiation. Nirvana completes the pass as Qualified shuts down in the lead position.
Nirvana, go get tires, man.
Yes.
Go get some tires.
Don't even stop. Don't even just go. Just
keep
go.
Going. Yeah.
Nope.
You have nothing to prove, buddy. Go get tires.
I think he's just going to go the reverse way, just to do it the correct way. That is going to be probably a very straightforward and easy decision. I believe TUS Nirvana will be given the win here. I don't see any reason.
You saw him do it in his follow run too, just a little bit too wide. That caught me off guard too in the TSC comp. It's really easy to do. Just tag a little bit of dirt, and then your car gets stuck out wide, and I think that's exactly what happened.
This track is very deceptively narrow, and it's really hard to set your mental in that set when you have that really wide initiation. You have all the pavement in the world, and suddenly when you initiate, the track just kind of narrows down suddenly to 2.5 lanes, and it's just you got to be on the correct line. TUS Nirvana is going to officially win. He's going to go all the way around this time. Grab those tires. He is not messing around this time, and who can blame him?
Buddy. Get some fresh rubber on that bad boy.
He'll be going up against CSC Cookie after we decide these 2 other battles of 32. This will be DMI Looney versus CJPC Celerity 29. Oh gosh, that name is just
I'm just gonna call him Celery.
Celery?
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't he initially a meme from Outrun? Didn't we already determine that? This is someone else? Or did we just go so far down the rabbit hole that was some guy who wasn't even close to Celerity was suddenly called celery in our tournaments.
Yeah, I don't remember him being
man.
that one, but I'm also an idiot, so that's possible. You got an RB powered Holden here.
And Celerity being really, really interesting with that decision with an 85 HDVK Holden Commodore.
It's also represents his country.
Absolutely. Good day.
Or his area. I'm not sure if that's a New Zealand flag or a Australian flag. I'm not getting that wrong again. And then Looney in one of the last FD cars on the grid in that Alec Honadell 240 V8 powered. You can hear it there. Switching them up. Celerity versus Looney. Looney doing an excellent job in qualifying. Really eager to see how he does here in battles. Big gap given by Celerity. Looney going to take that opportunity to try to check the hell out, and he is doing. Really shallow by Celerity to try to gain some ground back, which is a necessary evil for him to do. But it's not making up too much of a difference. Looney maybe missing the inner clip a little bit. Man, just not. Unfortunately, Celerity wasn't even present.
Yeah, Celerity really trying his best to represent Synchronized Tandem Squad. He mentioned before earlier, it's not been a very active team in the Forza Drift scene for quite some time. And, he comes out of the woodworks and tries to throw down for us here at ESDA, but just, man, DMI Looney just absolutely getting the best of him in this battle and just really checking out. You can see it right after 50 roll on the replay as well, man. Looney just got the gap. Celerity wasn't ready for it, and the rest of the battle just kind of writes itself in history.
Looks like just maybe a little bit of a wavery entry from Celerity. And then as soon as you get to that second half of the transition to turn 2, Looney's like, oh, okie dokie, and I bet you this car that he's driving to is gripped up.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to be switching positions. Anything can still happen here.
I don't see a whole lot of guys running this FD car, but, man, the guys who seem to have figured out, they have just speed to boot. And everybody that I see running this thing just really has it tuned and dialed well, so...
All right, switching positions. Got that RB Holden in the lead. Giving chase is Looney. Looney, a little bit of a correction from Celerity, keeping all 4 on the track. Looney there, giving him a bit of room. Big angle from that Holden. Is he going to hold it?
Oh, yes, he will.
Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. That angle was disgusting from Celerity up in the lead position. If he went out, ladies and gentlemen, he went out with a high note.
Man.
Looney did everything he needed to do, though. Got close, not too close. Gave him a lot of room to make mistakes in the lead, but was present in the follow.
And if that's how Celerity's car is most comfortable when you see him pulling that really high angle,
I don't know
it's
how
no wonder. It's no wonder he got gapped, because he definitely has that thing tuned for that style of driving for sure. And that kind of a car is probably gonna have a really tough time keeping up with that FD made for grip and speed. My goodness, that car was holding 90 all the way through outer zone 1. That was beautiful.
How?
I have no idea, dude. Like, I see stuff on this game that blows my mind almost every single time we get to a tournament. That's going to be DMI Looney advancing to the final, or the next round of competition, rather. And this is going to be Ira Vales getting a bye run, as it looks like, unfortunately, JSI Reeb is not here. So Ira Vales will be advancing. JSI Reeb having internet connections or like a power. Forgot exactly what he was stating, but looks like it has not sorted itself, and we saved his battle for last. And unfortunately, not meant to be. We're here, and that's that. So Ira Vales is going to get that bye run. He'll be seeing himself into the next round of competition versus DMI Looney. After he just goes up there and puts on a little show run for us. Also gotta make sure you don't zero it out and get through the formalities, and we'll see him advancing.
Another representation of the underground drift regime. Wheels usually having pretty good placements. Really excited to see him back, as well as Jonesy Jones as well, making the top 32.
Mm-hmm.
Chat just said something. No XE or JSI in the tournament at all anymore.
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah, really. Oh my God, Revales, what are you doing? Oh man. I'm like, he's gonna go center, play it really safe, but he went too safe. Nice and smooth.
So I wasn't alone in the fact that my heart almost just dropped through my stomach for a second there.
I saw him like
not like this.
And then he washed out a little bit. I was like, oh my God, don't, please.
Well,
don't do this.
Man, all right, well, that's going to be Revales then. He's going to go ahead and complete his bye run. He will advance in that beautifully painted R35, representing UDR. But first things first, then we have another battle on the other side of the bracket. That's going to be TSC Cookie versus TUS. Oh, TSC Cookie, not TUS Cookie, excuse me. Versus TUS Nirvana.
You said it right.
I could have swore I said TUS for a second there.
You did not.
All right.
I'd be the first one to be like, haha, you big dumb mistake make. No.
I never doubt it. I never doubted. What are you talking about?
No, you big dumb, you ugga dugga.
You shut your mouth. All right, so that's going to be your second seed. Still in it. TSC is trying to continue their dominance. The TUS. Here we go once again. It's another classic battle. If it's not the TUS versus JSI or iTandem, you know, it's the TSC versus TUS. These are the names that are out and about almost every single time you see a tournament, and it's no surprise that once again these two titans of drift are going to go at it once again.
One sec.
Both drivers are going to get set up and ready to go. It's like the tires are worn. Both drivers going to get on the line, queued up and ready to go. Cookie will be leading, and Nirvana will be in chase. So then, off the 50 roll. On the power, Cookie in the lead, going to initiate with a ton of angle in the lead, dropping a tire, unfortunately, on that inside, maybe two angle a little too soon. Cookie going to put down the angle regardless, and oh, there's another big bobble on the second outer zone. Unfortunately for him, that line is just all over the place, not what we would expect out of a second seed. Nirvana here through and through in the picture, doing exactly what he needed to do in that chase position, trying not to really make a mistake and causing Cookie to zero out in his lead, seeing those mistakes happening up front with a smart drive. But Cookie, oh my goodness, your second seed, leaving the door wide open for Nirvana to take a big upset as far as the seeding goes.
Oh, I missed the whole run. Oh goodness.
It's all good.
I've been drinking water this whole time, and oh yeah, big correction from Cookie. He was all right up until about the second half of that run. Yeah,
that was rough. He shot all the way down the course. It just seemed to like really grip up. He didn't have speed maybe, and he just started going forward. And he was doing his best to really correct the thing. Where that was cool. All right, that was cool. I see you both. I see you. Not bad.
What Chili said in chat. Nirvana has the ray gun.
So Nirvana then in
smart,
the that's a reset.
Smart.
Yep.
You got jumped immediately.
Doing what he needs to do. Maybe playing that game. And hey, look at that now. It's gonna be Nirvana with a little more tire percentage on the wear for those tires. PTSD kicking in slowly, more and more as that percentage goes up. It's not that big a percentage, but still.
Well, like I said, Ian, we've seen it before even today. Like what's really easy for it to happen is to just get immediately jumped on the 50 roll. So
and we haven't really seen any. I think that was the first time we've seen a reset, if I'm not mistaken, other than the
really
stall on the line. So finally taking advantage of that rule. It's there for a reason, and this time he's going to do that just as well for the advantageous push into the door, almost pushing Nirvana wide. Nirvana trying to get away. Cookie bringing into the door. Nirvana's super shallow, actually. Man, the door was open for him, but I don't know after that. Big angle in the lead. That's a big checkup for Nirvana in the lead. Unfortunately, heavy contact could be made in chases. Cookie really closes in the proximity at the end of the run. Gosh, that was the door. The door was open for something to happen there, but like, oof! After that run from Nirvana in the lead position as well, making almost an equal mistake, if not worse, in that outer zone. Judges now have something to talk about for sure.
Yeah, you just missed that outer zone. I'm not sure. I mean, you're just going lead for lead. There was contact from Cookie in turn 1 that could have affected the proximity. I'm not sure. I'd have to watch it a little bit again.
It really depends on if because Nirvana was going wide and the contact was made, and Nirvana was slowing down because of that. I gotta get another replay of that. No, that was just Cookie being really aggressive. I think that's not on Nirvana there for sure.
Yeah, and then turn 2 obviously is Nirvana. He just decided not. And then turn 3, he goes really wide on the entrance to turn 3 as well. I don't know if that was just a gain.
Yeah, looks like the judges are going to actually agree then, and they're going to give Nirvana the win. Nirvana will take down TSC Cookie, your second seed, down and out of the fight. Cookie once again not having the results that he desires, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll have to get to
Nirvana instantly off.
That's going to make me laugh every time. Every single time.
All right, well, now we have one more battle of top 16 in lobby number 4. This is going to be DMI Looney versus iReveals. iReveals almost shutting down in his buy run, giving us a little bit of a heart attack. He's going to have to make sure he doesn't do that again, especially now that he's actually in a battle versus someone of the caliber of DMI Looney.
Yeah, Looney, one of those drivers, Ian, that always was in the picture, but never really had a run yet. You know what I mean? Like he's always contesting and always competing, but never really had a really good day. Really, luck was on his side, and then he was out there having a really good run. At least not in recent memory. So I'm stoked to see him here in the top 16. Guy been around for a long time. I think he helped us run production on VFD and Forza 3. So he has been around for quite a long time, and I'm really eager to see him both still here and here competing. Reveals, again, no slouch as well. This should be a good one.
Yeah, it seems like DMI out here in Charles, they're one of the more OGs, kind of like me, Alexander's team, right? You know, they're the DMI. They're one of the OGs.
DMI's got ONI beat in terms of longevity by a long way. DMI's been around longer, about as long as the game's been existing. All right, turn 1. Looney, really good entry there. Looked like Reveals went like backwards in terms of his line and went out into out. Looney, not a whole lot of mistakes here, nice and smooth. The rails a little bit wide, trying to catch up. Maybe he letting the shakes get to him. He sure does. Just really that last corner. Looney still has to do the follow, but he's set himself up again. Really just needs to be present in the follow. Doesn't really need to do anything spectacular, and he might be advancing to our grade 8.
Yeah, if you see Reveals making mistakes like that in a buy run as well, you know there's probably nerves going on in that end of that driver. The other side of the wheel probably, maybe not, just kind of feeling the pressure. I mean, Reveals, he's a lower qualifying seed, so any battle he has to take today is not going to be an easy one. And gosh, yeah, you just really hate to see a driver almost kind of like mentally collapse a little bit, a bunch of uncharacteristic mistakes, But now, regardless, it's not over yet, and it is not over until the fat lady sings. Anytime in drift, you got to say that time and time again. One simple mistake can turn this all around. So Reveals need to get back in his head, put himself in the best position possible for the best lead run of the night so far. At least he can say then he went out, swinging. He did it right. So we'll see what he's got this time in the lead.
Definitely a caliber driver that is able to do that, but we just have to see him nail turn 1. Looks like he is wide, and
that's it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I think he may have been okay, but in his follow, he looked like he entered shallow, expecting the car to swing out wide, and then it didn't, and then maybe just kind of went, oh, geez, oh, man, I really can't speak for Reveals on that second half of that first run, and then maybe just too much pressure coming into his lead. Unfortunate. Looney, again, it's not like he's driving bad, but kind of another gift here. Yeah. Moving on into the grade 8. In that
you're with me in that sentiment. You think that if DMI Looney was maybe facing the likes of like Bouquet, Smarmy, Profit Inc., that it might have not have been working in his favor the way that he's been going. He's doing good, but I haven't seen him firing
challenged yet in his follow.
Right.
All his follows, he's like, all right, cool. I just kind of have to survive. I just have to, be close, but not too close. Right. We have not seen him be challenged, and in his lead runs, it's not like he's not doing anything poorly. He's putting down very solid high 80, low 90 lead runs.
He's just doing what it needs to do, honestly, which is what you want to see. So let's see what he's got in the tank in the battle in regards to like TOS Nirvana, because Nirvana on his game, he can put it down. So it's time for him to step up. Looney's got to show that maybe he's kind of pulling it back a little bit, and this is his time to shine. So he's gonna go back, grab those tires. But Looney, by the way, I did mention he did officially get that win. Reveals will be out of competition, and that's going to be then your final battle of top 32. And guys, please stick around in chat. After the completion of this battle, we have our trivia question. The first person to correctly answer will win a cookie. No, I mean, that's your decision. You do you, but you will get a virtual cookie and not a TSC cookie. Those are pretty stale today, unfortunately.
Cookie 7?
No, it's as I said, it's not a TSC cookie. Those apparently have run pretty stale today. So,
Ooh.
Actually, you know what? Do we want to go ahead and do it right now, Cisco? While we're waiting for this battle to kick off?
We have time.
All right. Well, we'll teach them for the next time, but ladies and gentlemen,
I know what the question is.
It's time to cue the Chuck.
I'm sorry. I'm in a mood.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh, they're that boy.
All right, so here is your question, chat. This is Formula Drift related. Here we go. A German manufacturer has only won the Formula Drift U.S. Championship once. Who won it And in what car? Again, a German manufacturer has only won the Formula Drift US Championship once. Who won it? And in what car? First person to guess it correctly or answer it correctly because you know wins our cookie and undying love for your knowledge.
That's Atlantic Core.
All right, congratulations, Atlantic Core. You are correct. It was Michael Essa in the M3.
I'm gonna start coming up with questions that are a little bit more. I saw that. I'm like, oh, dude, we're gonna get that immediately. I'll see.
Congratulations, Atlantic Core. You are the winner. 2013, Michael Essa, your ESDA, your Formula Drift champion in that BMW. Congratulations. All right, so then we're moving on to the final battle of your fourth lobby. Who is going to be advancing against CSC Preston?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Nirvana in the chase. Looney, again, pretty solid with the lead runs. A little bit of a correction there from Nirvana, but he's going to be able to charge in here in the second half of this run. Looney getting fast and loose to that tire wall. Nirvana with a little bit of correction. He's going to get a little bit of a gap here now. Is he going to be able to stay on the inside? Yes, he does. Nirvana showing uncharacteristically maybe a little bit of wavering in his follow run. Looney is on one today.
That maybe Looney is just that fast and that consistent right now, because man, no one has been able to keep up with Looney at all in any of the battles he's been in so far. You just see Nirvana, like, I don't know if he tried to charge to match Looney and just wasn't expecting the getaway there, but man, as soon as Looney got off of outer zone 1, he gets on the throttle. Nirvana's like over angling, trying to keep with that angle and match it, but man, he was at angle perfectly. You see that in the chase matching, but that car just could not take off like Looney did off of that outer zone and into turn 3. Really impressive driving out of Looney so far. That was a really, really solid lead.
All right, switching them around. Again, this is going to be the first time Looney's really challenged, I think, in the follow position. He's had a lot of, been able to really run safe. May have to see him get close. Nirvana, but I think better, a stronger lead driver than he is chase driver. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's a mistake.
There it is, pushing out a little bit wide. Nothing he can't make up, though. We're going to be pushing into turn 2. Nirvana getting out near that wall. Looney right there with him.
Another mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to go back on that to see exactly what happened on that initiation. I do believe turn 1, I don't know if it's like a slight decel zone.
It is.
But that's definitely the initiation point, so you got to be ready to match the speed of that lead driver. Looney gets a little too aggressive on that initiation, gets into the door and just pushes wide. Nirvana doesn't fall off line. He hits the line where it needs to be. That wasn't too slow at all or over angled.
No, I don't. That wasn't Nirvana's fault at all, Ian. If you watch it back again, you see that Looney initiates like a tear or two a little bit later than that RX-7, and even his trajectory is just to fall back. So even when he's on the door of Nirvana, the car's still moving to the back out to the outside of the corner. It's just a line he took. If he would have taken the same exact line as Nirvana, he probably would have been fine, but he was a little bit too shallow and he entered a little bit too early, or a little bit too late, sorry.
Man, that is really, really rough. Well, now I have to see what the judges. Yeah, I mean, they were both different. They were both at a far distance on opposite ends of the course in their chase, right? So
both kind of had goofy follow runs too.
Yeah, but lead for lead, man, they were both on it. No, hard to agree on that one. So
I don't know if it's just a longer wheelbase that makes it look like Looney maybe had a little bit more angle, but
yeah,
I'm watching it back. I'm like, no.
No, Nirvana's at angle for sure there, especially in turn 3. He almost matches the angle perfectly to what Looney was doing in his lead as well. It's just, yeah, that RX-7 is a small boy, so that the wheelbase makes it really hard to accentuate how much angle exactly that thing is pulling. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what the judges have to say. This might come down to the differences in lead for lead, if they can find any difference whatsoever, because chase for chase, they almost offset, I would like to think, but again, I'm not a judge, so.
Out of all the things to fall out of my fridge.
What happened? Was it the sauce?
Yes, it was.
Uh-oh, did it open?
Nope.
All right, good. Lucky you.
It was a glass bottle, and it just went tunk to tunk. I was like, oh, boy.
All right, could you please put run number 2 up on full screen for us, Cisco? I want to take a closer look at run number 2. A picture of exactly what happened with Looney. I think they may be looking at the initiation to see potentially Nirvana slowing down too much, but again, like, he just takes that line that, like Bouquet was taking and getting to the bottom a little bit sooner. I don't really see that car slowing down or missing the line thanks to what he did. Maybe they're just looking at what exactly happened that initiation. So it looks like Looney's back. He charges, and it might just be a late charge. I don't know. But from my eyes, it looks like Looney starts from pretty far back, tries to make up for it, but unfortunately just pushes a little bit wide.
It just, it's to me, it looks like his trajectory, his line. I don't think Nirvana really had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
It's almost the exact same thing happens in the last corner. Just goes really shallow to try and gain the ground back. And when you go, well, I mean, you race, Ian. You know, if you have a tight entry, you're going to be pushing out wide. So, I mean.
Exactly. Yeah, Nirvana flirting with disaster on that inner clip. Chat pointing that out, very, very close to dropping a tire right on the edge of the rumble strip. Rumble was allowed, but it's not ideal. So.
That's unfortunately that's the line though in turn 1. If you really want to get that gap, if you can hit that rumble on the exit of the corner, you can yeet the hell out of there. It does look like maybe he dropped the tire after the rumble strip, like he hit the rumble strip and then stayed on the line there. On that one tire, may be a deciding factor here.
Really odd seeing a battle that would determine the grade 8 coming down to nuances like this. And OMT has been called, though. Yep. None of that is going to matter. They're going to look at it closely and say, nope, that's not enough to make a solid decision. As we said, yeah, lead for lead, almost identical with that little bit of an offsetting chase position. So that's going to be just that. OMT called. We're going to try this one more time. OMT,
Ian came down to, I think, Nirvana dropping that tire on the exit of turn 1. If you look super, super, super carefully,
seems like he did
he's
drop
on
one,
the curb and then just kind of grabs dirt a little bit on the exit of the curb. He doesn't drop on the exit.
And for those of you wondering, no heart attack in the Nirvana camp yet. Only 15.8% wear on those rear tires, so all is well.
Oh. This is all you. I can't see.
All right, so DMI Looney's going to initiate then for the lead on his OMT battle. Really solid, smooth, and consistent line for sure. Looney getting every inch where he needs to be. Gets the outer zone even as well. Maybe falling a little bit shallow, but oh my goodness, Nirvana on that proximity and chase. Doing good, but pushes wide in the final corner, letting Looney get away.
I think that was half on Nirvana, half on Looney. And you see Looney stayed wide and just held it tight. Nirvana had that mid line that I think they're looking for. He did go wide on the third turn for sure, but I think that gap was open because Looney just stayed tight.
Wasn't a line. Nirvana doing his best to match for sure. But yeah, no, Looney does definitely hold tight, but he hits the clip where he should. He doesn't go wide. So maybe almost fault that to Nirvana for not chasing it out. Because remember, guys, that's not a judge spot. Of course, you are allowed to be there. It's not like a detriment if you're there. It's just a line preference. So long as you're on that inside clip, that is the judge zone.
All right, switching positions.
Yeah, try this again. Nirvana going to be leading this time. Looney and Chase to see if Looney can piece together a good chase this time. And does Nirvana have what it takes to keep all four on course with that massive angle on initiation, flirting with disaster on that grass. We've seen it happen before with that left rear tire. Looney letting Nirvana get away, but massive angle in the lead for Nirvana. He's going to make sure that this is a staple of run in the lead with a giant flick going into turn 3 as well. Nirvana putting down this tile when it counts. Looney there in proximity as well, and that might be trouble for Nirvana, depending what they're going to call that run going into 3, because Looney this time there where it counted, especially where Nirvana was not in chase.
I'm going to say, Ian, even if Looney loses, whether he wins, loses, that was a chase that we needed to see from him. We've seen him run some excellent lead runs, but again, he had 2 gimmies for chases. And then his last chase against Nirvana could have been better. That was the chase that we needed to see from him, just to cement that, yep, he is a contender, he's a fighter, and he belongs here.
Goodness, so that style into 3 by Nirvana, he's definitely on a really nice line where he's swinging it all the way to the left and then cuts it in late to make sure, without losing speed, mind you, as well. Like, that trajectory is picture perfect. That's what you want into that corner, to maintain maximum angle without losing too much speed. That was a really, really solid line for Nirvana. Unfortunately, to run that line does allow Chase to catch back in on proximity. One thing to bear in mind, whereas, Looney's is a little more difficult to chase with that far to the right line. And that is going to be TUS Nirvana taking down DMI Looney. He will be your 4th and final driver I agree. Very close. But your fourth and final driver to go into the final lobby, who is going to be the grand champion for round number 3? Is it Smarmy Binky? Is it iTandem Inc? Is it TOS Nirvana? Or is it TSC Preston? We're going to find out on just the other side of this commercial break. And my goodness, though, this is going to be good. What's the big laugh? What'd you say Ian for?
I'd look like a vagina the whole summer.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, rip, you just said that.
Whatever, it's fine.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we got some spicy stuff going on in the booth. We just realized something over the course of the break and at the end of that last lobby. Earlier in pre-race, if you recall, Keenan and I both said, in our segment at the end of pre-race, drivers to look out for. Mine was Smarmy Binky. His was TOS Nirvana. Both of these drivers have made their way into the final lobby. And to determine which one of us two are the better drift analysts, there is a wager on the table, ladies and gentlemen. But to be fair, I think Keenan's gonna be hurting more if he loses this one.
Yep.
Whoever driver finishes worse, doesn't matter if it's in the third place battle or the first place battle, whoever's driver finishes worse, they have to shave their facial hair off completely. The problem is Keenan's beard and mustache combo, which you could hardly call that, it's a patchy mess, takes months to grow back. Mine is pretty established and full right now. So if I shave it, it'll be gone for like a week or two, and it's no big deal for me. So ladies and gentlemen,
what do we say? Do we say full shave off, or do we do the dusters? Do we do French ticklers?
Ooh, like a full-on like an Adam LZ mustache?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I know full well both of us would look terrible.
We will look god-awful in mustaches. All right, whichever one of us two needs to shave down to a mustache, ladies and gentlemen, an Adam LZ-style mustache. So if Marmy Binky finishes higher than TOS Nirvana, Keenan's shaving down to a mustache, and if it's the other way around, vice versa. That is the wager between us in the booth. A lot in the line here between us two. We're gonna look like absolute goobers. This is gonna be fun. We'll be right back, guys. The final lobby is almost set and ready to go. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it here. The lobby is counting down. We are set and ready to go. Your final lobby is here. Final four for round number 3 at Daytona. And Keenan, Daytona has produced thus far, needless to say.
Yeah, I can't even think about anything but losing my goddamn facial hair.
All right, looks like I have made a big mistake and I did not ready up. My bad, ladies and gentlemen.
Did not do that.
Actually, I dropped out of the lobby entirely.
Attaboy. Oh, did you lag out?
Yeah, I lagged out.
Yeah, Forza's angry today.
It is what it is. I'll be right back in a second. So Keenan.
Yes.
Man, as we mentioned before earlier, this track really similar to Suzuka and the fact that like there's not a whole lot of room to make up proximity and whatnot throughout the course if you make that mistake. But all in all, I mean, other than that last lobby number 4, proximity has been really close this round. Actually, it's been pretty impressive to see.
Well, there's you can gain in zone 2. You can just you have to be really careful about it. Ian, switch to ready, not spectate.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that if you just kind of cut a little bit off your zone 2, you'll be okay. But here, the thing is, it's really hard to do without going way too inside or way too far outside and clanging the wall.
Oh, I don't want to wear a mustache for the next week. Oh my God. All right, Smarmy, you're doing great, man. No pressure. Just keep it up. You do you. I believe in you, all right? You've got this.
Nirvana, please. This is bigger than you.
All right, everyone in here ready to go. So
They're going to put me on the list if I lose.
Everyone here set and ready to go for that final lobby again, guys. Oh my goodness. Goodness me.
It was my idea too, which was worse.
Smarmy Banky versus iTandem Inc. and TOS Nirvana versus TSC Preston are your 2 battles to determine who goes into the finals and who goes into 3rd place.
So we're just saying whoever makes it the farthest wins?
Whoever goes the farthest. So let's say Nirvana loses here and Smarmy Banky wins here. I'm in, right? But if 3rd place, etc. Right? It's just whoever finishes highest.
I'm gonna go
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going to stare at Nirvana. I'm just gonna park my car and just stare at him.
All right, well, the driver's working the way around. Dai is going to do his due diligence and clear out our cones and tires for these drivers so we can have as clean of a battle as possible. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to bring you guys round number 3 action here at Daytona. We love your support. We cannot thank you enough. We would not be here without you guys here in chat seeing this all the way through. I know it's a really busy party this summer, guys. 4th of July weekend, Canada Day, wherever you are in the world. Really hot heat wave as well out there in Europe. So, you know, all you guys who have been here sticking it out and checking out ESDA drifting action, you guys are the real MVPs. We appreciate you so much, and we hope you guys are absolutely rewarded with a phenomenal finish here for round number 3 at Daytona. So this is going to be iTandem Inc. versus Smarmy Binky as your first battle. As Smarmy Binky in chase with Inc. in the lead.
Let's go, Inc. Let's go, Inc. What I realizing is what this has done is just add a ton of bias to every
I'm gonna keep it professional until the decision, and then I'm gonna either freak out or.
Oh man.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good, ladies and gentlemen. We should not have done this, but here we are.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what though? I just thought of something though. I ride my bike to work now starting next week. So if I do this mustache, you know, there could be a little bit of a downforce playing on my face, and I could actually get a little bit more aerodynamic
also,
efficiency.
you riding a bicycle with a handlebar mustache?
Oh, no, I can't. No, it's not handlebars. It's just the Adam LZ stash.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's still gonna look terrible.
Yeah. It still looks terrible. Anyways, guys, I'm Ian Plash, Keenan Kusis on me tonight. Cisco Scaramuza, please jump in the booth and talk with us again for what we're sitting ready to go. He is the man pushing all the buttons and making all the magic at Podium happen. Cisco, if anybody wants a high quality, high entertainment, fun broadcast, where do they need to go, my man?
It's on the replay graphic, but if you want to check us out, www.podiumesports.com, home of some of the most fun sim racing action you could possibly find on iRacing. We do that, we do this, and we do some more coming up. Once we can get over all the craziness that's going on behind the scenes IRL, there'll be lots more for us coming here in the future, as looks like all the cones are out of the way. Let's go racing.
All right, we are set and ready to go then. This is going to be, again, Inc. in the lead with Binky and Chase. Smarmy is now in the cusp of some greatness here. As I mentioned before earlier in the pre-race show, Smarmy here showing up and doing it in a big way. Inc. has been pretty inconsistent today. Inc. needs to step up and do something here to take a chance of a win over Smarmy Binky. What do we got with Inc. in the lead and Smarmy in chase? We go down off 50 roll. Inc. will be leading it. I'm not nervous whatsoever. My palms are not sweaty. Off the 50 roll, Inc. Going to initiate with Big Angle in the lead, running that line, getting down to the inside, pushing it through. Smarmy there in chase. Across the bumper on the transition, getting very aggressive on Ink. Ink getting every inch of that outer zone. What a lead by Ink. Smarmy, though, is here through the entire battle. That is the Ink we've been expecting from day one. A small tire drop, though, for Ink on the end of the run. Left rear into the dirt. But man, this is the Ink that we expected from the starter of this tournament, finally piecing it together when it finally counts.
Yeah, I haven't really seen Ink versus Bink. Haven't really seen Ink show up like we know him to and run these big, tournament winning runs. A smart move by Binky, just going to check the tires, move the tires out of the way for him.
Man, did
I can
Ink
hear it in his car.
Take a look at the replay. Look at Ink's rear tires. I'm not trying to look out for things that could be a detriment for my bias whatsoever. Did Ink drop rears into the grass right there? Nope, he didn't. Okay, so he nailed outer zone 2. Goodness, if you're Smarmy Binky, that is a mountain to get over. Smarmy, though, he's a dirty good driver so far today. I think he can do it. Bink versus Ink. You see it right there on your overlay for this semifinal battle number 1. All right, well, Smarmy now. He has what it takes to run that line, but man, Ink is putting down the pressure with that in his lead. Now, Ink also has pressure to get a good follow on Smarmy as well in his chase position. Smarmy off the 50 roll now. Here we go back into turn number 1. Who has what it takes to make the way into the final? Who's going to bow out now with the initiation? Ink getting aggressive on the proximity. Really pushing in and making contact in the door. Transitions across the bumper for Smarmy as well. Smarmy getting it out there. Rams the rumble strip, getting every inch of it. He absolutely nails the line as well in his lead. Smarmy hitting the line as well, answering Ink. Ink trying to aggress late rather, but he loses out the proximity at the end of the battle. Smarmy with another solid lead in response. This is a battle, Keenan.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez Louise. These guys are. Who was it before that we were saying that we're going to war? This is World War. That was Prophet and
that was Prophet and one of the DMI guys, I believe.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Goodness, look at Bink's line as well.
That was.
Did he drop 2 over the rumble strip though? You got to pay attention to the first rumble strip. Maybe his rear tires caught some grass. I know rumble is allowed, but grass is not. Am I correct or am I wrong?
You are correct. See, if you get on that rumble strip, you got to get off right away.
Yep, so we're going to pay attention to Bink's line.
Definitely had one on the grass.
Oh, it's so close. I don't think it was 2. So did both drivers have 1 off then in their lead positions?
Yes.
Where is this call going to go then? This is a great battle. I don't even care about the bet at this point. This is the kind of drifting action I was waiting to call. Oh my goodness.
I care about the bet immensely.
So close.
Yeah, that was a risky entry from Ink, but he pulled it off. Really good on that outer zone. Ink didn't really follow him.
Now, it depends on what the judges called. That's going to be the difference. I think Binky did a way better job following all the way out to outer zone 1 in comparison to Ink. But then again, the line in
turn 3 was wonky to me.
A little bit, yeah. I think Ink's proximity on turn 1 was a little bit better. Binky doing a better job chasing through outer zone 2.
Yeah, just Binky is so wide.
Binky could have over-angled a little bit, causing that loss of proximity, though, for Ink in the last corner. I definitely see that. You are correct. I think there was a slight over-angle.
Yeah.
Really going to come down to what the judges see, but
fast. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, both drivers doing a fantastic job transitioning across the bumper through 1 and 2 as well. All right, well, initial die in with the conversation. OMT has been called. OMT has been called. That came down to a split hair decision. Oh, if Binky did not drop the tire on that outer, I think that might have been it. Now Ink's got to piece together again another solid lead, but I think when Ink gets back on this form, he just turns into a robot. So I'm not concerned about Ink whatsoever. Now Smarmy. He took him all day. It took him a while, but he finally woke up, which is good to see. He needs to take a couple of the gamer juice drinks, I think, and he's good to go.
Binky, by the way, is a privateer, so if anyone wants a good up-and-coming drifter on their team, that's a strong pickup.
Yes. Goodness. It's okay. I think we're good. We're good. All right, so Ink will then be leading on this OMT battle in the lead position. Smarmy, Binky, and Chase will need to try to match Ink once again. Can Ink throw down that lead like we expect out of him. There is the angle into one a little bit early, but gets to the zone. Okay, Smarmy not quite there in proximity thanks to that, but pushes wide in chase. That is a dead driver in chase. A Smart at Binky with heavy contact into that outside wall. Unfortunate for him. After that first battle as well, man, you were just expecting this to go down to the wire, but a small mistake like that causing the mistake, that is painful.
That hurts, man.
That doesn't hurt for you. Shut up.
Well, I still want to see him do good. Like
I do want to see the man do good, but like, oh man, my heart just sank.
It hurts in the sense of once you go, like, you can see him grab a little bit too much.
He tried to aggress and he went in too far. I think that's what happened.
He grabbed a bit too much curb.
I believe that is wall hit number 6 or 7 now.
Someone's counting. You grabbed a bit too much curb, Ian. As soon as you hit that curb, you're dead. There's nothing you can do. You can hit the brakes, e-brake. There's like it's like you're just a passenger at that point, and it's so disappointing.
Man. All right, well, they're gonna swap them around. This isn't over yet, but definitely it's easier for Ink to play it safe and chase. So, barring any major crucial mistake out of Ink, aka wall hit number 6, this is definitely looking in his favor now. Second half of this battle will get underway.
Ink just has to be smooth, but he has a habit of not doing that when he's up in situations.
Yeah, today has not been his friend, but coming down to it when it really matters. Oh, he's pushing wide a little bit. Almost straightens out. It's a nice job recovering. Smarmy gonna try to throw down the run. That points it out. Oh, he hits the tire, but he's dead. Unfortunately, in the lead position, he wanted it. He absolutely wanted it, but definitely hitting that wall just a little too hard, unfortunately. Binky, hey, he's gonna go down swinging, and I appreciate that. Smarmy, impressive drive, but unfortunately, I believe that is gonna be Ink advancing, and Smarmy will be fighting for scraps in that 3rd place position if this call goes as I anticipate. What a battle, though. That first battle of the day.
Yeah,
by
absolutely. Far. Great job for both those guys. Ian, I think Binky could have held it. I think he like got corrected and then hit Ink, or Ink hit him, or there's contact between the two. He boops off the wall and he looks all right. So yeah, if he would have, I didn't even think he zeroed.
It was
he
close.
Definitely lost a lot of angle. It's almost an argument whether that wasn't a zero. That's hilarious.
Yep, and officially that is going to be iTandem Ink advancing to the final round of competition. He will see himself in the ESDA final for the first time. Yeah, he finished. He was top 3 or he's in the 3rd place battle for round number 1. But this is his first final battle for Ink this season, which is good to see.
Yeah,
he's finally getting back in form, so that's exactly what you want to see.
Took him all day, but he's there now.
Yep. All right, next up we have TSC Preston versus TUS Nirvana to decide who is going to be facing Ink and who is going to be fighting with Binky for that 3rd position.
Believe Nirvana should be chasing.
Nirvana is going to be in chase by 1 seed.
Oh my
A
goodness.
single seed. This is your 14 versus 15.
Close. Again, like I said, at one point, seeds just don't matter.
Really doesn't matter at this point. Once you get past like grade 8, I don't think it really matters, honestly. You can be the 30th seed in the final. You can be the 2nd seed in the final. You're there for a reason, that's for sure.
All right. I don't know what they're doing. Nope. That is not correct. There you go. There you go, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, they learned how to count. Or maybe not.
Oh, there we go.
What are you guys doing?
Here we go. Thank you, Keenan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Nissan versus Mazda. Rotary versus RB. Here they go into the first corner. Preston getting it.
There. Good. Smart. He saw it happening right away. He gets on the power. The back tires just kind of light up, and he's like, wait a minute. Backs it on down. That's smart driving from Nirvana.
Yep.
That could have been game over right there if he decided to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely would have been. We've seen it time and time again where, someone gets gapped on the 50 roll and they spend the whole run trying to make it back. And I think especially with Preston's quality of driving, Nirvana's going to have to enter on his door. So really smart driving from Nirvana. And, that's going to maybe mess with the psyche of Preston a little bit, just getting that restart, maybe upping his nerves a little bit. But, Preston's usually a pretty cool-headed guy when it comes to driving, so I doubt it. Again, sending part 2. Nirvana's going to try see if he can get the jump a little bit better this time. Preston hanging back. Yep, Nirvana was ready for it this time. Does the same thing, but he's not going to have the gap. Nirvana right on the door. Preston.
Ooh!
Knee lacking a little bit of angle. Just gives him enough room to transition. Getting right back in there. Preston.
Oh, where's he going?
Nirvana going a little shallow. Preston
Oh,
What
that was
the
lag.
hell
I know.
happened
I think that was lag. He'll probably type it in chat as well. You can see that car just suddenly make a big stop, like
he
Preston's
just
car.
Stopped like he hit something.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
That's,
because Preston looked like he got off that outer zone maybe a little bit early.
Oh man, it could have been possibly given a gift there because man, oh man, that charge was in a really weird spot. You're gonna see it on the replay. He kind of cuts it down to the inside in turn 2, and Preston also kind of starts driving down from the wall as well. So like Preston gets out there, comes back down, and then suddenly out of nowhere, you're just gonna see Nirvana just
pinched.
stop. Yeah, no,
Well, he got pinched anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that had to have been lag. I would assume.
Yeah. You called it right away. He stops dead. He couldn't stop that fast even if he wanted to.
Oh heck no, there's no brake system in the world that's gonna work that good. I'm sorry. Like,
Waiting to see if there's any official call. I would hope so.
I just accidentally clicked on the TOS Ranga stream, and he's playing Rocket League, by the way, if anybody wants to go say hi
Drowning
to
his
him
tears.
afterwards.
All around me are familiar faces.
On calling it out, he lagged, and there's just no way a car stops like that without a big piece of lag. Yeah, looks like, yep, that's gonna be that. They're gonna call it redo, which is smart.
Dude,
Like,
stops, man. Like,
yeah.
all right, Miracle, in Daytona, Miracle in Florida, our third run one of this battle so far. A little bit more of a gap than last time, but Nirvana's gonna charge in way more angle this time. Nicer, much cleaner by the Mazda. Really good job by Preston. Same thing from Nirvana again, but he's gonna fix it this time. Back the car up a little
Nirvana's
bit. Right there on the door of Preston. Preston running a really good run though, right there with him. That was probably the best follow I was gonna do all day.
Yeah, Nirvana's been a little bit inconsistent today, but he really threw it down when it counted there for sure, man. It looks like he was maybe. He ran a little shallow, like he was nosing ahead, just a hair on the inside. But other than that, like, especially coming out of the exit of one, I thought for sure with that line he was taking, he was gonna start really losing on that proximity down that long straightaway to the left-hander. You'll see it right there in the loop. I thought, oh, there he goes, he's gone. But then that car gripped up. I don't know if Preston maybe had to check up a little bit exiting turn 1 or what have you, but. And Nirvana in it to win it for sure on that one. Now Preston calling lag on his end for the entire run as well.
I didn't really see his car get upset though. Like, it's 100% possible. I'm not saying that, just on the replay. Doesn't really look like his car was ever like visibly upsetted.
Maybe potentially out of outer zone 2 going into 3, you see the car kind of get some really weird like jarring motions.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's
We'll
like
see if
maybe
they're-
the one spot. But regardless of that even happening, his line for Preston was pretty solid. Maybe losing
Yeah.
out a little bit of speed for the inside of 3.
Even if you got lagged into the entire run, that was still pretty freaking good. Like I said, I saw no real issues with Preston's run, and they're gonna be switching up here. Nissan with the RB power, which is getting rarer and rarer these days. Oh,
And there he goes. They're smart. They're figuring out. I think Preston's gonna maybe report. No, he's just gonna reset it.
is that mind game?
Yeah, he's typing it out. I'm thinking maybe there's some serious lag going on at Preston's end right now where he can't even follow up with what Nirvana's doing.
Maybe because he didn't even like start.
He's jumping everywhere. He's claiming like I don't know where he's at all. Says TS.
All right, we may have to wait for a staff call here.
We might need like a lobby reset or
so.
something here because this definitely seemed to be
Because
heavy
Preston stopped
affliction.
Immediately. Like they weren't even done the 50 roll yet, and he stopped.
Like again, guys, what we're seeing on our end is what we're getting reported from TSC Preston and TOS Nirvana. That's not indicative to the signal that they are getting on their end, which is supposed to be a little bit more accurate on the driver's side of things. And if there is lag, that's going to be very much more apparent on the driver's side than the spectator side, because the spectator side was made to be smoothed out and a little bit more prediction coded, whereas they're trying to be a little more solid on the driver end. So we're gonna see. Let's see what happens. We're gonna try it again.
Oh, he just slept at the line, and he's gonna stop again, isn't he?
Oh,
no,
get up there.
Props to him. I would have stopped there, so props to him. Entry Preston.
Oh, Nirvana's so
taking
shallow.
a shallow line. Preston with the tire off.
Oh, Nirvana two
Nirvana's
off.
Nirvana's dead. He was
7
done.
kills on that outside wall. I don't. Once again, it happens time, and Nirvana saying he got hit in the first corner there as well. There just seems to be a really laggy mess right now. I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was staff, I would say let's just make a new lobby and do this all over again. But
Yeah.
now we have 2 runs in the bank now, so I don't know what they're gonna do. He did get hit in that first corner, for sure.
But at that point, was he already driving off on the inside?
He did see him get booped on the
The
rear
boop
quarter
was there,
panel.
but it didn't seem to really send Nirvana's car anywhere. Like the mistake that was made for Nirvana going into 2 didn't seem to be caused, another fatality by the way, didn't seem to be caused by the contact. I can see the contact throwing off the line and maybe causing the tire drop into 1. Man, he just absolutely takes off.
I mean, like we said though, Ian, your trajectory to turn 2 matters
Line
more than the
dependent.
turn itself.
Very line dependent, yes. I hopefully staff can jump in and make some kind of a decision here, because it seems like Preston's not running a very solid connection. He's not being reported very well what Nirvana's seeing. So
I'm not sure who's the one with the janky connection.
one of these 2 have a janky connection going on, and Dai's coming in with a decision now. We're gonna see.
I would hope it's not.
Yeah, I don't want to see it end like this. That is a call.
Oh man.
Gonna give TSC Preston the win. TSC Preston will be advancing to the next round of competition. Unfortunately, it's one of those deals. It's a internet battle. Guys all over the world battling against each other. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's.
But that does mean the 3rd place battle just got very, very important for us here in the booth.
That's a bummer. For what was seen, like you can't
So hard to say.
argue that. Like
From a visual side, to me, it looks like, at least from Spectate, Nirvana may have been already driving into the inside of 1 as it was with that shallow line, the air quotes bouquet line.
yeah, that's not the issue that he was raising. The issue he was raising
Right.
is, and I mean, like we've
Essentially
been
the
talking about all
contact-
day, it's the
contact
trajectory
beforehand.
into turn 2.
Right.
So if you miss your outer zone, like is it an outer zone after turn 1?
It's a
It's
touch and go.
right? Yeah, so if you miss that touch and go, if you hit it a little late, that's gonna screw you for everything, right? So I mean, that's so. Turn 10, where's our LAN event? Where is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's very clear at this point these drivers are at the caliber to be professionals and like what used to be the Forza Rogue RC series, right? Like I think these drivers are at that determination caliber where it's at an equivalent but on the drift side, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like,
100%.
I would
Everybody who
absolutely
talks
love-
is.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to see a LAN event sometime in the future with these guys. They deserve it. They're on a new game, they're at a level which has never been achieved before. I just really like to see these guys get an opportunity for sure to show off what they've got and never have to throw it to question to, like, was it lag, was it hitbox, this stuff would be answered with a LAN event. So hey, fingers crossed, maybe we get a better prediction code when forever Forza 8 comes around, or maybe we can continue this momentum with the series and see maybe a LAN event in the future. I'd absolutely love to see that. Please, if anybody out there has the connections to make that happen, please hit us up, make it happen. We would absolutely love to work with you.
September, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
possible.
We would absolutely love to work with anybody out there in Turn 10 LAN, Forza, any sponsors to do LAN events. We want to make this happen, guys. We'll work with you through and through.
Chris, help us, Chris.
Hair versus hair match, baby.
Dude, where's Jim Ross to call this one? Forget it.
All right, so remember, guys, this is our bet. If Smarty Banky beats Nirvana, Keenan goes down to a mustache, and that is going to be around for a long time because this facial hair does not grow back.
Listen,
However, if
Dad.
Smarty loses, I got to go down to a mustache. My beard will come back in a week or 2, and it's not going to look stupid anymore.
Here's
So,
the thing, though. You're gonna look way goofier with a mustache than I will.
I don't know. I mean, you never really knock it till you try, and technically speaking, mustaches are making that comeback. So who knows? We'll see.
Okay, guys,
What if I discover something I really
I
like?
have something.
Our producer
Since
in.
this is yeah. So they can hear me on stream. Since this is a little bit biased more towards hurting Keenan, how about I add in the stipulation of
No.
regardless of who wins or whoever loses, the person who loses has to make that their profile.
Oh, absolutely.
What?
Because
yes.
Keenan, this helps you because normally this would have only hurt Ian for like a week, so it's not fair.
It's gonna be the.
No one knows who Ian is,
So
though.
now both of you on whatever social media
He's
platform
so irrelevant.
are gonna have to have the same consequence.
Profile picture for a month.
Not Facebook.
Facebook.
Absolutely.
No, I have
Facebook.
family, Francisco. Francisco Spaghetti.
Anyways, getting down to the seriousness of it, guys. This is going to be, again, Benki versus Nirvana. Benki is the higher seed, so Nirvana will be chasing for the first half of this battle. And I guess this is really going to answer the question, was it Preston lagging or was it Nirvana lagging? But, man, both of these drivers on their game are going to put down a pretty good lead for us as well. You just gotta hope that Benki can clean it up, and Nirvana can also clean it up as well. These guys at their peak can do just what we saw with earlier battles as well, when the top caliber. So, like, you know, this has the potential to be a bar burner with a lot on the line.
I feel like we shouldn't have said anything. We may have added some artificial pressure to both these guys.
Oh, no. I don't think any of them hate either of us. I think we're all right.
I mean, Nirvana owes me. I'm the reason he got his license.
And Smarmy wouldn't throw after I called him out and said he's the man to look out for. So, like, I think this is fair.
If it wasn't for me being terrible at Indy, Nirvana wouldn't even be here right now, so...
Okay. Oh, you're just going to throw some salt in the wound like that? You're going to say that right before this very important battle, Keenan?
Come on, man. I gave him a gift. I said, you know what? I like his car better. He deserves it more. I'm just going to spin out on purpose.
Or is that you just saying you're the better driver who made a mistake, and that's making Nirvana feel bad?
No.
I don't know, because I'm getting that feeling right now.
Ian, I'm going to tell you something, but I can't tell you on the stream, so I'm going to type it in media chat.
All right.
It's inappropriate and has bad words in it.
I'm ready.
No, you're not. Well, yeah, you are. All right, as soon as I find media chat, you're done, bucko.
Media staff, not media chat.
There it is.
All right, well, regardless, let's get to that later. It is time. Both drivers line up, ready to go. This is your third place battle to see who is going to be taking your third place and who will be fighting for the fourth place points. Both of these drivers on the come up. This is their greatest performance in ESDA thus far throughout their careers. Who has what it takes to put it down right now, here and now, when it counts? Binky leading, Nirvana chasing. Initiation for Binky. Big angle, but runs it a little bit wide. Doesn't quite get to the inner zone. Nirvana playing back a little bit, trying to keep it with them. Binky brings it out to the outer zone. Through, right across the tires again. What a lead from Binky. Nirvana trying to get up there and match it. He's going to bring it into the door. Through and through, I got to say Nirvana did a great job with that lead, but he just did something with that outside zone we have not seen Nirvana do all day long. That is going to put some pressure on Nirvana for sure, but man, oh man, this is shaped up to be another good one, Keenan.
As there's a turn of phrase, and I'm going to use it because it's almost my nation's day. Holy Mackinac, my friends. I was sure he grabbed the e-brake. I was like, what are you doing? But now I feel foolish.
Wow. I guess we're just gonna call that the wanted challenge wall, right? That's just gonna be the official name.
That was nuts. Gonna be flipping them around though. Not a bad follow from Nirvana though.
Not at all. No, he was there for sure. This is your call. The second half.
Yeah, I mean Nirvana just making that same mistake that he always had, and maybe going a little bit shallow in that second zone. They're gonna be flipping around though. Binky following, Nirvana leading. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, second half of this third place battle. Big entry from both these guys. Little contact from the GTR, pushing the Farrick 7 wide. He's going to be way shallow. No, he got back out there. Good for him. I thought he was going to be super shallow in that zone too.
Oh, across the bumper.
Oh, that's some lag.
That was lag. Yeah, it looks like Nirvana is the one that's lagging. You saw it there for sure.
Yep, just front end of the GTR. I'm sure he's typing it right now. Yeah. Front end of the GTR just disappeared.
Man. It doesn't look like the lag was on Nirvana's side for sure. You're going to see on the replay now, side by side is up. Again, hang on. If anyone in the judges stand can hear me, if a decision has been made, please message it to me. Actually, put it in media staff so Keenan and I both know, but we can't say it until the end, right? So please, anybody who has the decision and the final call, please put it in media staff for Keenan and I. But I think this may be a redo depending on what they're gonna do here. They're calling the redo.
That's well.
It just seems like Nirvana is definitely the one that's on the lagging end.
That's good and bad news for Nirvana. Nirvana had an advantage there, but does not pay enough money per month for his internet.
Redo has been called. Nirvana going to get another chance. Binky getting another chance. Here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, clean slate. Again, we are redoing that run because of some lag interference on turn 3. Oh.
And reset being called. Looks like they both took a reset, actually.
Might be due to lag. Because, like, I mean, again, the 50-year-old wasn't even done, and Smarmy was on the brakes. So, gonna go over to... Yeah, lag on his end.
This is rough.
This is rough. Not the way you want to see this play out. We absolutely should relobby, but we're not.
I think it would be smart. Yeah, we'll see what they call. Hey, Keenan. So, man, this comes down to lag. What are we doing with this bet? We'll talk about that later. Because, like, I hate when this happens like this. It's just unfortunate. So we'll see what happens. See if they can actually run it out this time. Nirvana in the lead, Binky and Chase. See if we can get this thing done and clean without a lag interference.
All right, switching positions. Big angle from that FD. Is he gonna keep it all on track? He does. Maybe a little bit grabbing
just barely.
Bit of grass on the inner corner. Smarmy right there with him.
Shallow. Oh, lag again. You see that? You just man. Yeah, at this point, I think Die. You gotta restart it, man.
I don't know why they're insisting on running this. To be honest.
Yeah. Die. Judging stand, please. Like, just let's get this reset. I think at this point, this is lobby side or his side. We just gotta do all that we can to make sure that. We get a clean battle in the end because it would take like a minute. Let's see if we can get this done.
I'm gonna put it in battle chat, honestly. Oh, you already did. Why is my name yellow in your? Oh yeah, because you're staff.
Yeah, I need to take my roll off. Anyway, so yeah,
no, you'll get that for later probably.
You'll see it, like, Nirvana he has that bobble and suddenly just Binky hits a brick wall, an invisible brick wall. Oh. And you kind of see it was all a little bit of a positional, like a jitter from Nirvana through turn 1 as well. So it's definitely something going on in his end or service side. Judges are going to keep looking it over and they're really just trying to figure out what's going to happen here. It's really sucks to see this happening so late in the going. This was going so smooth for the longest time, but it is what it is. So we have to deal with. All part of online competitive drift lobbies. So.
Oh, my power just. That's nice.
Uh-oh. And Keenan's in the middle of a storm right now. Let's go.
It's on the way, yeah. Is that me?
Again, guys,
my mic was too close to my face and I was blowing out, so I tried to move it. Now it's over.
Again, guys, we're in a little bit of a holding pattern. We gotta try to figure out what we can do to possibly fix this problem. Both of these guys, really just it's just what we're dealing with. It's just the cards we have to play, guys. So stick tight. We're gonna get down to the bottom of this. And
like Nirvana wasn't really lagging before. That's my
no. He didn't start lagging until we got to this lobby. Honestly, that's when it was really starting to pick up. That's what I noticed at least.
Yeah. Oh, that was me. I was like the game just disappeared.
The Die is typing. Gonna get a decision here. I'm trying to figure out what exactly to do here in this situation.
Listen, just because I spent more money on my keyboard than you did, Cisco. Nerd. Yeah, I have mine's a K69. Nice.
It could just be that Cisco Smartin positions his microphone away from his keyboard. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't blow out on any other stream but Cisco.
All right. Initial Die has backed out of this lobby while he's still typing. I can only assume we're going to be resetting the lobby and doing the second half.
Yeah. Honestly, like. I don't want to be that guy. Oh, I don't want to be that guy, but like, if I was staff, I'd rerun the whole thing because it's just been jank. They should have restarted in the last battle.
Yeah.
But is what it is now.
All right. Well, that is a reset then. It has been called. We're gonna go ahead and back out. And we gotta figure out if this whole entire battle is gonna be rerun. Okay, so we're gonna get a quick intermission, guys. This is gonna be a reset. They're actually calling for Nirvana to also do a quick Xbox reset as well on his end, so that might help out the issue. So we're gonna go ahead and reset, guys. We're gonna go back to the second half of this battle. They're gonna rerun the second half of this battle. So make sure we have that first replay saved and ready to go. And we'll be right back as we continue your third place battle between TUS Nirvana and Smarmy Binky. Who's gonna take home third? Who's got fourth? Find out in just a short while.
Sean Khalifa, man.
Money's the motivation, money's the conversation. You on vacation, we getting paid, so we on vacation. I did it for the fam. It's whatever we had to do, it's just who I am. Yeah, it's the life I chose. Gunshots in the dark, one eye closed. And we got it cooking like a one-eye stove. You can catch me kissing my girl with both eyes closed. Yeah, perfecting my passion, thanks for asking. Couldn't slow down, so we had to crash it. You use plastic, we bout cash. I see some people ahead that we gon' pass, yeah.
I never fear death or dying. I only fear never trying. I am whatever I am. Only God can judge me now. One shot, everything rides on tonight. Even if I've got 3 strikes, I'ma go for it. This moment, we own it. I'm not to be played with because it could get dangerous. See these people I ride with. This moment, we own it. And the same ones that I ride with be the same ones that I die with. Put it all out on the line with. If you're looking for me, you can find wit in the new car or the crown with. My new broad does a fine chick in the weather squad. I'm down with. Ain't no way around it. What you say? Tell me what you say. Working hard, repping for my dogs. Do this every day. Taking off, looking out for all. Making sure we ball like the mob. All you do is call. Catch you if you fall. Young Khalifa. I never fear death or dying. I only fear never trying. I am whatever I am. Only God can judge me now. One shot, everything rides on tonight. Even if I've got 3 strikes, I'ma go for it. This moment, we own it.
I ride or die
Not to be played with because it can get dangerous. See,
I ride or die
people I ride with. This moment, we own it.
This the biggest day of my life. We got big guns. Been graduated from knives. It's the day of the life, and I'm ready to ride. Got the spirit, I'm feeling like a kill inside. Oh, financial outbreak, I'm free, but I ain't out yet. Ride with the plug, so I'm close to the outlet. At the red light rim, sitting offset. I look better on your girl than an outfit.
Stuck to the plan. Always said that we would stand up, never ran. We the fam and loyalty never change up. Been down since day one, look at where we came from. Jumping out on anybody who try to say something. One thing about it, got a problem, I got the same one. Money rolls, we fold. Plenty clubs, we close. Follow the same code. Never turn our backs, our cars don't even lose control.
up a single inch. Oh, it's all over. Second of this battle, Keenan, take it away. This is it, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hair versus hair. Who's going to look like a diddler for the next couple of weeks? Nirvana in the lead. Binky giving chase, hopefully with no lag this time. We are good to go. Run is good. Nirvana a little bit shallow. Binky right there with him. Is that empty? Oh, maybe a tire off. Is that... Oh, really shallow. He's going to push out wide.
Oh, look at the proximity.
He's not. Binky right there on him as well. Transitioning into the last corner. Binky a little bit shallow, though, that time.
Oh, and a tire for Nirvana again on the outer. Keenan, do we... Oh, man.
Cheers. I'm getting another beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, barring any lag reports, which I don't think we're set and ready to go, I'm going to wait for the decision. And media staff, please. Decision and media staff, please. Keenan and I will see it, but we are not going to announce it until the completion of the final lobby. If there is a decision to be made, remember, guys, this can still go OMT. Depends what they're looking at for the run number 1 versus run number 2. But man, oh man, really, really solid driving for both these drivers, regardless of the decision. Both of these guys making their presence felt here in ESDA, which Keenan and I both said, you know, these guys are the ones to look out for. So hats off to you guys for stepping up in a massive way on a very difficult Daytona. So
all around me are familiar faces. I'm upset.
I don't know, though. This decision is taking a while.
Maybe it's just a big brain move. I'm gonna mess with my voice here.
All right, a decision has been made. We have a third place winner.
Hello.
It is a decision. We're going to advance then to your final lobby, and we are going to get to that decision and make it public to you guys after we find out who is your overall winner for round number 3. Is it iTandem Inc. or is it TSC Preston? This is going to be a phenomenal final, Keenan.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I even adjusted my mic volume to not make me sound terrible. Really good day for points for Preston Inc. You know, he's not been doing poorly. Oh, they're going. Ian, you're gonna have to get this mic controller disconnected.
Okay, if we can get this camera there we got it, we're good. All right, here we go. So initiation for Inc. He's gonna throw down that angle. We've been seeing him do maybe a small bobble here and there, but gets it recovered nicely across the bumper. The transition is Preston in chase. Inc. not running it out. Does not get to the zone this time on the outside. Inc. falling back in his old habits maybe this round. Preston transitions across the bumper and charges nicely into turn 3. Preston in the door and really in it on Inc. What a good job by Preston in chase, capitalizing on the mistakes by Inc. in the lead. Goodness me.
I saw the last corner.
It's a shame to see, because honestly, Inc. after that last battle, I thought he was back. But man, you're gonna see it here, especially through outside zone 1, that long sweeping left-hander. Inc. just not getting out there once again. It's just such a shame to see, because, you know, Inc. on his best can run that all day long, but he makes a mistake and unfortunately he just completely loses out on it.
Yeah, it's weird that, like, he wouldn't even make an attempt to try to bring the car out. Like,
I think he just set the angle and, you know, just set his own grave at this point. Maybe he decided that the consistent line was more important than brake checking and trying to back it in, because that can be really inconsistent and hard to chase, which then the contact may be in, like, the fault of the lead driver. I think that was just Inc., you know, deciding, well, I'm shallow, might as well make it look as smooth as I can, and maybe just try to get the air quote points for doing what he needed to do in the lead and just being smooth, right? So maybe that's him then preying on the fact that Preston doesn't get up there as well, or Preston makes a mistake somewhere else. In the very least, Inc. was consistent everywhere else, but that one spot is definitely a point where this could be wide open for Preston to really take some advantages here in the second half of this battle. But it is not over at all. These drivers are very good, so we're going to see what it's going to take here.
Points implications, we have our current points leader in the chat, Rousey, the coward.
Oh, guys, please, no spoilers on the other tournament going on IRL, please. Thank you very much. All right, second half of this battle. All right, take it, Keenan. This is all you, man.
Yay! I was gonna have a drink, but no, that's fine. All right, switching positions. Preston in the lead. Inc. giving chase. Inc. a little bit of ground to make up. Preston needs a solid lead run. Inc. right there with the proximity. Preston, a little bit more angle, but he's right on the line. Big on that outer zone.
Oh, there it
Right there
is!
with him.
Ink,
Right on
though!
the door of Preston. I've not seen it. Oh my goodness! Right there with him again.
Oh
Mirror,
my!
mirror.
Oh no, the bobble at the end though. Oh, man, could this have been a closer decision if Ink was absolutely glued to Preston for the rest of that? Or we may still have a talking point because that was the most disgusting chase we have seen today. Minus the exit of the final corner, Ink was just in the tire tracks. He was matching every corner. That was disgusting.
Was like maybe a little bit farther back from Preston turn 1. As soon as they got to turn 2, it's like cool, sick. Absolute mirror to mirror, and no contact was made. That's about as close as I've seen a tandem in a long time without contact being made. Just looks like maybe he just over angled a little bit on the exit, and that might be what the nail in Ink's coffin.
Man, if it wasn't for Ink missing out on that outer zone, this could have been a little bit closer, or maybe even a win for Ink. Honestly, with that chase,
it takes
good
a lot to get me animated.
God.
Now, I've seen quite a bit. That was nuts. I expected them to touch doors at least once or twice. I don't think they touched each other once.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a decision has been made. A decision has been made. Drivers, please line up by die. Please find die on the race course and get over there. We have a decision to be made. First, second, third, fourth, please line your way up to initial die over there on the outside of turn 2. Thank you.
Damn, man.
Wow.
Regardless of how that goes, Ink, that follow was gross.
Bonkers. Like, oh, I'm watching it again on the replay. That is so good.
Like, man. Like, I feel like we've seen follow runs that close before, but normally with contact.
Right. All right. Yeah, production, please go ahead and set the camera over to them right now, and we'll get to the decision as soon as production is ready. Oh, that is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a third place decision. This driver new to the ESDA podium.
He's doing the thing.
He's driving JDM.
I kill yourself.
Both have a slight tint of green in their paint schemes.
I don't like you.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, give it up for your third place finisher, and the mustacheless Ian Plash, Smarmy Binky, is your third place finisher with a gargantuan drive to solidify himself in ESDA history with a solid third place finish here in round number 3 of the 2019 campaign. And now to your winner. Once again, for the first time in 2019, he is not driving JDM. It is European. JK, LOL. I apologize. No, I'm kidding. I got it.
Boo!
Your winner
Boo,
tonight.
you suck!
TSC Preston, your winner in the JDM R32. TSC Preston with a well-deserved victory over iTandem Inc. in a beautiful drive, and that is exactly what he needed tonight to solidify himself into these point standings and gain on that ground where he needs to be. We have to see where he's at in the points after this one, but he definitely closed that gap tonight, Keenan.
The level. Did you see R32?
I'm at R34. My apologies, guys. Remember, I'm
kill him.
Guys,
Kill.
I'm 28 hours awake. Just letting you know right now. I apologize. All right. Yeah, but that is it then. TSC Preston is your winner. We had him earlier, Preston. If you are listening right now, please hop back into Discord so we can get a post-event interview with you. We need to talk to you about that monumental drive. You can talk to that later.
Howard.
So, goodness, that battle though. I mean, again, if Ink got that outside zone as he did in the previous battle, this could have gone either way, honestly.
I would
maybe even
have
Ink's favor.
thought it going OMT and maybe Ink. I mean, nothing to be disappointed. I think Ink knew it too. Like I said, it's just an absolutely nutty follow run from him regardless. And I mean, all jokes aside, Binky scratched and clawed and earned this. Really awesome to see almost an underdog driver come out and get a really good result. Nirvana doing really well as well now that he had full tires. Really, honestly, like, I expected top 32 just to be full of people smashing the wall and big accidents, but I think almost from everybody today was excellent driving. Really, really well done, guys.
Yeah. Also, can I get Smarmy Binky as well? Smarmy Binky, if you want to hop into the ESDA drivers chat, we'd like to get in a word with you. If you have the ability to hop on Discord, please come on in. We'll join the channel where TSC Preston is. Come on in for this interview. We're going to talk to you if we can talk to you after we get done with Preston. But now we're going to move over the booth to TSC Preston, your winner of round number 3. All right, well, we are now in victory lane with your round 3 winner. We talked to him earlier. This is exactly what he needed to close in that points gap. TSC Preston with a huge win and a great drive. Great job, Preston. Man, I would imagine the emotions are flowing big right now, man.
Dude, there was just so many crazy battles today. I'm just surprised I got close, or I'm surprised I won today.
You drove your shoes off, man.
And that was just such a well-deserved drive. Your battles had to be just scrappy, in there, as aggressive as you could be. There were routes like, say like DMI Looney where, we had a really easy going all the way through with some less than competitive battles. But man, it seemed like almost every single battle you had to absolutely fight for this one, Preston.
Yeah, I think my car's not really up to spec like these other ones are. They're a little bit quicker and stuff. I was just trying to give it all I had today.
Well, now, pending the point standings, it's going to be pretty close. But with the guys who were not able to make it, Mystified and Rousey not being here, this is going to put you in a pretty good position now to continue capitalizing. It's that slow and steady climb. That slow and steady climb through the points, and now finally capitalizing when you have the opportunity. 2 more rounds left to decide, who's going to be coming out of the regular season in that points lead. You got to be feeling pretty confident. Do you think you have what it takes now to then be that big title contender for the remainder of this year?
I think if I keep doing good and stuff, and I can maybe knock out Mystified or Rousey in a round, that I have a chance to win the championship. I'm not for sure, but it's going to get a lot closer.
All right, Preston, well, congratulations on this gargantuan win. Before we let you go, again, anybody out there you want to shout out? Because, man, I bet you that list has got twice as long after this victory, huh?
Yeah, my team just practicing with me a lot. And Ink, that was a really good battle. He was all over me in the follow.
Yeah, that was really good out of Ink as well, and you as well for getting that outer zone when it counted, man. That high risk, high reward zone, as we mentioned before, paid off right there when it counted. Thank you so much, Preston, for grabbing a word with us. That is your first place winner for round number 3 at Daytona, and now we got to talk to the man sitting in third. We saw him doing donuts even more so than Preston. He's seen more stoke for getting third than Preston to get first. Smarmy. That drive was incredible, man. And hey, you saved my facial hair. I gotta thank you for that greatly.
Change your gamer tag. I don't like you.
Dude, talk us through this round for you, because man, it seemed like you were on the cusp of greatness the last 2 rounds, but finally catching a good qualifying result put you in a position to put down what you have been capable of doing since the get-go, and finally the third place finish. How did you get here? What does this mean to you, man? This is awesome.
It means a lot. I mean, I'm looking back from last season when I was on controller, thinking I was qualifying for Atlanta with like 73s, and now being in the actual competition and fucking getting third, like, it's, I wouldn't say a dream come true because that's like corny as shit, but like, I don't know. I really want to thank Parody because he's helped me a lot. My cars and my driving, and probably Faded as well. Faded and Parody, big shout out to them for helping me get to where I am right now. Wouldn't have got third without them.
That is great company to have as well to help you better yourself as well, man. And coming from what you were saying, yeah, that 70s-ish score. I remember last season when I was putting my hat in the ring. You know, I'm pretty bad at this, and I saw myself right there around that same tier as you in qualifying the 2 runs that I wins. And then suddenly this year, you grab that wheel, you get yourself some good competition, you knuckle it down, you really grind it out, and suddenly you're just popping off with these incredible results, incredible qualifying, great battles. Man, what is next for Smarmy Binky here in this campaign? Because, you know, this is your first podium, but driving like this so early on in your esports drift career, what's next, man? Because I'd imagine there's only up from here, yeah?
Just straight up thinking ahead. Just, I don't know. I'm just happy, honestly. Just, I didn't think I'd get here. Happy. I don't know. Nothing really to say. I'm just super excited.
I mean,
see
really
what comes.
Really smart driving today, man. And as much as I was joking around earlier, like I don't want, like, it sounds dumb, as corny as what you said, but I'm really proud of you. I saw you start off from last year, just clawing your way in, and now you're like a legitimate threat. And like it's not like you got gimmies. You had to work for, especially in your second half of your bracket, you had to work real hard. So congratulations, you drove your absolute butt off today, and at like 11 o'clock at night too. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, ended pretty well. I didn't go on as late, but I mean, before I go to bed now, before I just party tomorrow. No, I'm joking.
I'll have an extra drink for you, my friend.
I can't because I'm still on the steroids. I can't drink it. I'm very frustrated. Anyways, dude, congratulations on that 3rd place finish. You mentioned a couple of guys that you wanted to thank, but is there really anybody else that you got to thank for this climb? Because, man, I mean, going from where you were to where you are now, there's got to have been people along the way that helped you get to this point.
I mean, just people in the community, just as a whole, learning the game, learning the community, and just, again, especially the close friends that helped me get to where I am right now. Parody Faded, I really appreciate it. But without them, I don't think I'll be standing on this 3rd place right now.
All right, well, that is your 3rd place finisher, Smarmy Binky, and I guarantee you with a drive like that is not going to be the last time we see him on the ESDA podium. We got 2 more rounds left to go this season and a final. Here's what this man has left to go. That's going to wrap it just about up, Keenan. Let's move on down to the media's chat, and let's go ahead and close this thing out. Well, you know, these are the kind of rounds that I really like seeing because, honestly, as far as the winners go, TSC Preston, I mean, you can also consider that a Cinderella story as well for him, you know, really capitalizing when it actually mattered and grabbing that win. And you know, he's been there. He's been in the picture. And finally, Preston also himself putting it together and really playing it well to get that win. And then also you have that big story like Smarmy Binky coming out of nowhere. It's another C-Note story. It's another
I would completely disagree with you on that, Ian. C-Note's a guy that we didn't know who he was at all, and then all of a sudden he came out and won. Binky, like I said to him, I cut you off because I really wanted to make that point and talk to him. He progressed, and we've seen him come from, like, you know, maybe getting 30 place qualifying, maybe going and getting to the top 16, you know, just kind of working his way up the ladder to somebody who came 3rd place. So like C-Note, definitely some guy, like, we've seen the progression for Smarmy, and that should be a great inspiration. Anybody out here watching that's like, you know what, I want to do ESDA, maybe I'm not that good, you know, anybody can do it. You put the time, the effort, and you work hard, you can absolutely become, you know, and this is the best of the best in the game. Best of the best, I would say, in virtual drifting, period. He comes out here and absolutely, you know, makes a name for himself. Like I said to him too, no easy wins, had to work real hard the whole way through his bracket, and absolutely deserves that 3rd place.
Well, then that is going to be it for us here on round number 3. And in a round in Daytona, like, I love Atlanta, but man, this one was just as explosive. I really love the caliber of driving we are seeing from ESDA this year. And guys, if you want more, we got 2 more regular seasons and a playoff round. Keenan, you had that schedule earlier. I believe Sonoma's coming up at the end of July.
End of July. July 20th is the official qualifying cutoff, and then 27th is the event.
All right, so Sonoma next on the calendar, just a little less than a month. Once again, that we have not been to Sonoma in a really long time. It's going to be fun seeing these guys getting back at it in one of the old stomping grounds of the Forza Drift scene. Cannot wait for that round in just a little less than a month. Guys, thank you so much for everyone who has tuned in tonight. Thank you much for all of our sponsors. I got to give that huge shout once again to Formula Drift, Forza Motorsports 7 and Turn 10, Podium Esports, every single competitor, team member, staff. Without everyone here, guys, this this would not even be a thing, and I just love seeing where this stuff is going. It's getting me really hyped and excited. I've not felt this in a long time, and I think it is only up from here. So guys, thank you once again. My name has been Ian Plash. Alongside me tonight, Keenan Kusin and Cisco Scarmuzza down in the booth and making everything on screen for you happen tonight in production. This would not even be close to the quality that it is without what this man is doing. Please check out Podium Esports at podiumesports.com to book your esports motorsports broadcast in the near future on a ton of different platforms and racing genres. That is going to do it for us tonight, guys. Take care. We love the sport we're seeing. We cannot wait to carry this momentum into Sonoma in 1 month's time. Good night, everybody, and have a great rest of your weekend.